It becomes a yearly tradition for my channel to recap the Game Awards, and since I already have a series where I recap stuff, I might as well recap this one. But this time, I have actual face cam from start to finish. Welcome to appabend's Recap, a series of recaps by yours truly. Today's recap is gonna be on the Game Awards 2019. But before we go through the recap, YouTube might demonetize this video because I don't know, it's YouTube. So thank you all for supporting this channel. You can do so by checking the links down below. The Game Awards has been a rather mixed bag of excitement, meh, and cringe. A lot of people usually stick in the awards for the game announcements or the world premieres rather than the actual awards. I stayed here because the Game Awards always provide a roller coaster of an emotion. I cringe at some part, I laugh at some part, I got really excited at some part, so of course I cannot wait to enjoy the show and go through these roller coaster of an emotion. In this recap, I'm only gonna be highlighting the moments that I care for and the ones that you might care for. So if I ended up skipping on some bits, I'd consider them not worth talking about. The show begins with a warning. The following program may contain content that some viewers find offensive. Viewer discretion is advised. What do you expect to find in this program that is offensive? The fact that it's not that it's mediocre or something? I don't know. There are certainly some swearing in the show, but most people kept it PG, so that warning is kind of redundant unless if you're trying to warn people that there are going to be very cringy things in this one. One of the virtue signaling segment of the show is, oddly enough, Facebook gaming. Essentially, these are game developers who use the power of games to create a positive influence. That's fine and all, but I find some of their creative choices rather questionable. This game developer, for example, is making a game about being a refugee, a very serious topic until you look at the gameplay and it's kind of like Temple Run. A very weird choice for a video game with such a caliber of seriousness, but what do I know, maybe it will work. The awards for best score and music pops in. The nominees are Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. Out of all of these games, the one that I think deserves to win is Cadence of Hyrule, DMC 5, or Sayonara Wild Hearts, but things didn't turn out very well for any of them.
Death Stranding.
No! No! No, no, no! No, 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 no! Is this gonna be Death Stranding Awards 2019? I mean, people are already making conspiracy theories in how Death Stranding got tons of nomination. It might as well as won the Game Awards now. The next award is for Best Fighting Game, and can I just say that I have no idea why Jump Force is in that list? Smash. Smash. Smash.
Super Smash Bros.
Of course it's Smash. Called it! At least Jump Force didn't win! Even still, I'm just utterly baffled that Jump Force is in there. Is it because there aren't a lot of fighting games this year? Jump Force is far from a good game and far from a game that deserves any sort of nomination. Really weird choice, Game Awards. Utterly baffled. The next award is for Best Narrative. The nominees for this one are rather competitive, and I predicted that Death Stranding is gonna win this one. Other than that, we have A Plague Tale: Innocence, a solid nominee for this category. Control, which isn't that great, but I can totally understand why it's a choice. The Outer Worlds, which is fine, and Disco Elysium, which is actually the one that I really want to win because that game is amazing. Disco Elysium, please. But it's gonna be Death Stranding.
The winner is...
It's gonna be Death Stranding.
Disco Elysium.
Whoa! Excellent! That's amazing! Beat Death Stranding! Amazing! The next one is a world premiere for the Xbox's next console, which is the Xbox Series X. Yeah, how many X's are you going to put in your game console, Microsoft? Funny thing about the new Xbox is that it looks like a PC. Is that an intentional decision from you, Microsoft? Or are you going to have to admit that the PC makes modern consoles redundant? I mean, you can just build yourself a mini ITX PC that is even more powerful than that, but what do I know? The next world premiere is for Hellblade 2. Yes! Ooh, yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! That was so bizarre and so weird, it's freaking amazing. But it's only on Xbox Series X. Oh, well at least they have a powerhouse of a game in there. Can't wait for the PC version, right? More virtue signaling from Facebook games. This time it's a game developer from Afghanistan.
Our students told me we are very tired of playing games that the men are superhero. And it's always pretty white men. So I was like, then why you just don't create your own game?
And they did. They made their own game. Good for you, but we don't tolerate nonsense around here. Like this.
When they see the game that they are playing are made by women, that's an empowerment itself.
Lady, this is not a new thing, and you're wrong if you think that this is a new thing. The next world premiere that isn't DLC is a video game from Gearbox called Godfall. This game is apparently going to come to PS5. That's right, this is, as far as I know, the very first game announced for the PS5. But it's not an exclusive though, because the game will be on Epic Store too, so...
And we're excited. We're so excited to announce this is going to be this is launched exclusively on the PlayStation 5 and Epic Game Store this holiday.
Holiday 2020.
Holiday 2020.
We're going to get...
Next one is Best Audio Design. Looking at the nominees, it's Death Stranding, isn't it?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Congratulations. Guys, Infinity Ward. All right. For bedtime or turn-based strategy,
Fire Emblem 3! Fire Emblem 3 houses, please! Fire Emblem 3 houses!
Fire Emblem 3 houses.
Woo! Fire Emblem 3 houses!
Goes to Fire Emblem.
Yes! Finally! The next world premiere is for Bravely Default 2? Wait, what? I thought that was Bravely Second. So what are you gonna call the sequel? Bravely Second 2?
I'm Linus from Linus Tech Tips, and I'll be talking about some...
Hold up. Why are you here, Linus?
With a Samsung QLED TV, not only can you see more than ever before, but at 4K resolution with sizes of up to 82 inches, the image clarity is unbelievable.
Yeah, my eyes would hurt if I played that close, Linus. I mean, I know that you're the PC master race and all, but there's nothing wrong with grabbing a controller and just going back a couple of feet, but whatever, you do you. But hey, at least you get to use your trusty water bottle to absorb all the sweat of those anime girls. LTTstore.com. The next award is for Best Art Direction, presented by our lovely game developer Ikumi Nakamura. For Best Art Direction, I honestly think Control would win, but Death Stranding, Gris, and Sayonara Wild Hearts are excellent nominees.
And the winner is Control!
Excellent! What I expected.
We heard you may want to quit vaping.
But we can't help you. We can barely hold...
No! Elon Musk! On the downside, a very awkward standing ovation, but on the plus side, sitting next to a goddess. The next award is for Best Action. The nominees are Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. Not gonna lie, these are all very strong candidates, but for me, it's between Astral Chain, Devil May Cry 5, and Metro Exodus.
This is heavy. And the winner is Devil May Cry 5.
Yes! After a really cringy, unfunny, and rather overlong skit between Jeff and Mirage from Apex, Will Wright of all people come in to talk about game development and all of that. Pretty cool. After that, we got... Linus, what are you doing? Okay, we get it. That TV is really cool. It can play games up to 120 FPS. Go back to doing tech tips. I love how the clarification is that it can only do 120 FPS only on PC because, you know, the only way you can get that high frame rate in Gears 5 is if you have a good gaming PC and not, say, a game console. The next one is another skit. This time it features the Muppet Labs and the Goose from the Untitled Goose Game. I was initially a bit skeptical with the skit because the last one wasn't so funny, but this one is pretty funny, so at least I'll give them that. The award that they're going to present, however, are a little bit more serious. It's the award for Games for Impact. The nominees are Concrete Genie, Gris, Kind Words, Life is Strange, no, and Sea of Solitude. Any game that is not Life is Strange 2, please.
For Games
Gris!
for Impact goes to...
Gris!
No, not geese. Grease!
Yes! 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 Anything but Life is Strange 2. Haha, take that. The next award is the one where I actually surprised that I got wrong. Smash!
Yoshi's Crafted
Smash!
World.
Smash!
Kind of like Nintendo's chances in this category. And the game award goes to Luigi's Mansion 3.
Whoa! I did not expect that.
Category of Best Sports Racing
Congratulations,
Game,
Luigi's Mansion 3.
non-traditional-
And the next award is where I got it right.
And the game award goes
Crash Team
to
Racing.
Crash Team Racing
Excellent.
Nitro Fuel.
Before we can go on any further, can I talk about how awful this Google Stadia ad is? Yep, the cringy Google Stadia ad is on full display, even though that gaming platform is about as good as a broken cassette.
Stadia likes to party. Up to 4K, 60 FPS.
Wow, that is straight up lie.
No downloads, no updates.
That is also a lie. It's a streaming service. You are downloading the game's feed to your device, which can go up to gigabytes depending on how long you play the game. You watching this video right now is you downloading this video to your device. They just don't save them permanently.
What's up guys, I'm Bajira, and on my stream I'm all about helping my viewers accomplish their goals, whether it's making progress in gaming, fitness, or just taking control of their health in general. And if one of your goals is to quit vaping, Truth has a program that could help.
Why? The next award is for the best multiplayer game, and that goes to Apex Legends. Not much of a multiplayer guy, so I don't really care. Let's move on. There's an exclusive look for Ghost of Tsushima, which looks absolutely gorgeous. I just wish that it's in Japanese dub with English subtitles, because I like myself some immersion, which is why I play a Plague Tale on French with English subs, or Metro Exodus in Russia with English subs. Also, right after the Ghost of Tsushima preview, I found this dude. This particular award got a lot of people pissed off, and I can certainly see why. The award is for the best ongoing game. People expected Final Fantasy XIV to win this one, but it got robbed thanks to the one and only Fortnite. I mean, you really cannot escape from Fortnite, can you? But hey, at least Fire Emblem Three Houses win the Player Choice Awards. Okay, let's see. Ads. Linus, what are you doing here? I thought I'd tell you to go back to giving tips. After that, there's a band performance from Green Day, and that's where the adults who grew up in the 2000s cheer up for their performance. Not a big fan of Green Day, but I was a bit disappointed that they're not singing American Idiot or 21 Guns. It's nice to hear their style of music though. Brings you back to the 2000s where I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater or something. The next award is for the indie games. Reggie gets to be on the top to announce it, and out of all the nominees, I'd say any of them can win. Disco Elysium, Gris, Pedro, Outer Wilds, and Slay the Spire. Anything but Untitled Goose Game. That game is a meme. Disco Elysium, Gris, or Pedro.
And the game award goes to
Disco
Elysium.
That's my boy right there. Come on. Oh.
Don't know what to put on.
Then we got a couple more ads, and then another freaking anti-vaping ad. Good lord, please stop. Yo.
Can I count on you?
No way! No way! No way! Yes! The next award is for Best Game Direction, and it's obviously gonna be won by Death Stranding. I mean, it doesn't really matter who the nominees are at that point. If it's Game Direction, it's going to be Death Stranding who would win, even though I wanted Control to win that one. After a couple more ads, we have Michelle Rodriguez announcing a world premiere on a Fast and Furious game that looked really bad. The character models, man, that is some PS3 level. Can I trust this movie licensed game to be good? I mean, it's been a while since we see a movie licensed game, and they don't exactly have a good track record. Vin Diesel coming to the stage, and somehow when he said that he's a gamer, I kinda believe that. Seriously, you'd be surprised at how much of a nerd Vin Diesel is. And here it is, the nominees for the Game of the Year. The nominees are as follows: The Outer Worlds, Death Stranding, Smash, Control, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Resident Evil 2 Remake. No Fire Emblem Three Houses, but I'm at least glad that it won 2 awards already. The funny thing about this entire show is that I expected it to be Death Stranding Awards 2019, but I was a bit surprised that it wasn't. While Death Stranding did win a couple of awards, there are some where I'm surprised that they didn't win. So at this point, pretty much anything can happen. And oh boy, I did not see this one coming. Death Stranding or Smash, or maybe even Resident Evil 2. I don't know. Any of those games can win. As much as I love Sekiro to be in there, I don't think Sekiro's gonna win, but...
Sekiro.
Whoa! 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 Damn! Yes! Whoa! I did not expect that! Take that, Death Stranding! Take that, Smash! Whoa! And that's Game Awards 2019, or at least the parts that I care to talk about. This year's Game Award is pretty unique. In every Game Awards, I expected to care more about the world premieres than I do the actual awards, but for this one, I actually find myself cheering up for the winners a lot more than I care about the premieres. Maybe because the premieres are not as exciting as the last one. There are some good announcements, but nothing too exciting. As for the cringe, they're less cringy and more boring, to be honest, so they're really not worth mentioning. The virtue signaling was stupid, but nothing egregious. You know what, considering that I do reviews and I played quite a lot of games this year, I might as well do my own awards section, so stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and if you want to support me directly, you can do so by checking the links down below.